So you can kind of make your vest into a t-shirt really easily without even doing any sewing. All you need is a pair of scissors. So you take your vest and lay it down, and then you're going to cut across this bit here, like all the way across there, both layers. So because the vests are made from cotton jersey, you don't really need to worry about them fraying. They're not going to fray. You can just simply cut off the bit that gets in the way, and there you have your t-shirt. Really simple. We all love sleep suits. They're cute, but they're kind of a nightmare for EC. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm also going to cut it in a way that will make it a lot easier to potty your baby at night time, or even during the day if this is what they wear the rest of the time. They're pretty comfy. And yeah, it's really simple. So the piece that you're going to cut out is the back piece, is this piece here, because that's the piece that always gets in the way. So first of all, you just cut that. So you're going to cut round this seam here on the lower side. Don't cut above it, cut below that seam. All the way round the bottom of that seam. Don't worry, you'll be cutting off the poppers as well, but you're not going to need them anyway. Okay, so now it looks a bit like this. So if you look at the back, you've got a hole there. At the front it's quite easy because you can just undo the poppers, but you still got a lot of fabric there at the back that's going to get in the way. So the best thing to do is again lay it flat, and you're going to cut a line up here to probably where the belly button would be on the front. You're just going to cut a straight line all the way up like this. Okay, so now you see a much bigger hole at the back. Okay, so get your baby tights. Now you can see when you look at baby tights that there's usually a seam on the front here, and when you turn them over to the back there's two seams on the back, one going down and one going down, and then they join together at the front. And we're going to cut out a piece across here and across the back, and we're going to cut a little way up the front to about here, and the same on the back. We're going to cut up to about there. Okay, and that's going to make a nice big hole. Again, you can use it even if you're using nappies. It's really good if you're using nappies because you can just put it the nappy on without having to take the tights off. So here we get our scissors. First cut in the front. Now you want to be careful when you're cutting in the front, so begin by making a small hole like this so that you can see where you're going, and then you're going to cut up this seam here, and you want to cut in the middle of the seam. Try not to go on one side or the other side. Try to get your scissors in the very middle of that seam on the front because that will help them stop fraying. Okay, so here we go. And you're cutting up to about halfway up the front. Okay, see I've cut up to there, just in that seam. Okay, and then what we're going to do, I'm going to turn them round and we're going to cut on the back. I'm going to cut a hole out like this, all that whole piece, we're going to take that out all the way up to, again what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to cut on the inside of this seam. You don't want to cut on the outside of the seam, you want to keep the seam because that's going to keep them together, and you can just cut on the inside line of this seam. Okay. So start from underneath, go round, stay on the inside of that seam, and you're going to cut all the way up to about where the tummy button would be if the tummy button was on the back, which would be really weird. Okay, and then I'm cutting across now. So I've cut up one side, let's show you. Cut up one side, now I'm going to cut a straight line across here. Like this, and now I'm just going to cut out this extra bit here by going again on the seam, but on the inside of that seam, on the inner edge, all the way around, through the leg bit, through the crotch to where I cut the front. Okay, so now see the back. So we've stayed on this seam all the way down this seam, all the way up around here, across the back and across to that side, and there now you have perfect tights for EC.